championship record is equalled. Lewis Hamilton wins the Turkish Grand Prix.
Ferrari approached Lewis Hamilton, and he denied their offer. After that, Ferrari's interest in Hamilton has cooled down. Now Lewis Hamilton's contract with Mercedes is going to end in 2023. There still needs to be news about Hamilton's contract renewal. Would he stay with his team or not? Toto Wolff revealed some surprising conditions in Lewis Hamilton's new contract. Can Mercedes fulfill these extremely high expectations? Or will it lead to a big change in the racing world? Fans all over the world are eagerly awaiting the announcement of a new deal that will ensure Hamilton continues racing at high speeds. But what is causing the delay in the negotiations? Why hasn't the contract been finalized yet? Let's explore in this video. Lewis Hamilton, a 7-time world champion in Formula 1, is on the verge of achieving a remarkable feat, winning his 8th World Drivers' Championship. However, there is an interesting twist to this exciting story. Weeks ago, Lewis Ferrari was very interested in having the 7-time world champion join their team. Alongside Charles Leclerc, Hamilton received offers from Ferrari to join, but he insisted on staying in his own team. Ferrari offered him £40 million to join Scuderia. But Hamilton dismissed the rumors by saying it's speculation until we hear from him. He decided to stay on his own team. He said in an interview, "But then I go to my own team, to Mercedes, and this is my home. I'm happy where I am. I haven't signed a contract yet, but we are working on one." Now Hamilton's contract with Mercedes expires at the end of 2023, and the suspense is building up. Hamilton's contract with Mercedes is still being negotiated. Although a deal has not yet been signed beyond the end of the season, Toto Wolff, the team principal and CEO of the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team, and Hamilton's management team are involved in the negotiations. Both parties have been discussing the details of Hamilton's Formula 1 future, including financial aspects. Toto Wolff told CNBC Squawk on the Street program how significant Hamilton's role in sport is. Wolff said that from a team's perspective, Lewis and Mercedes had gone back a long time. He mentioned that Lewis had never raced for any brand other than Mercedes and they had joined in 2013. He highlighted that it had been 10 years since then and that their professional race relationship had evolved into a friendship. Wolff expressed that it had been a wonderful time and emphasized that Lewis was the most important personality in the sport. He added that Lewis solves multifaceted issues, not only in racing but also off the track, and stated that they needed to keep him in the sport as long as possible. Wolff said that they have such a good relationship. They are discussing the contract yet and need to talk about money. It'll happen soon. From Hamilton's point of view, he was once again questioned about his future after arriving at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve on Thursday, with the ongoing saga surrounding a new deal yet to be resolved. He disclosed that there had been progress, but no agreement has been signed thus far, and he was hesitant to provide an extra time frame for when he will finalize the contract. "I've met with Toto. We've had multiple discussions and we have a great relationship, but there's nothing else to report at the moment." Hamilton stated during the pre-event press conference in Montreal, "It will be done when it's done. Whether it's next week or in a month's time, as long as it's completed, I'm not really concerned." Recent reports suggest that Lewis Hamilton is close to finalizing a new contract with Mercedes worth around £50 million. Initially, there were speculations that Hamilton's previous contract, signed in 2021, could be his last in Formula 1, as he expressed hesitance about continuing to race into his 40s. However, in 2022, after a disappointing season without a single race victory, Hamilton had a change of heart. However, Wolff and Hamilton showed they will stick together in upcoming races. The upcoming contract is believed to be Hamilton's final one in Formula 1, with special clauses included to facilitate his transition into a Mercedes ambassador role upon retirement. This arrangement benefits Mercedes by ensuring they won't have to immediately search for Hamilton's replacement, as they can rely on his presence for several more years. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell have expressed their concerns about the rear axle of the W14 car, stating that they lack confidence in its performance. Lewis Hamilton has shared his thoughts on the upgraded Mercedes W14 car after the Canadian Grand Prix. Despite the recent improvements in the car's performance, Hamilton stated that he doesn't feel a significant difference compared to the beginning of the year. However, it's worth noting that since the introduction of the upgrade package, Hamilton has consistently finished in the top 4 and has had an advantage over his teammate George Russell. It's important to mention that the Mercedes team believes they will be competing for victories toward the end of the season. They brought long-anticipated upgrades to the W14 car for the Monaco Grand Prix, which resulted in improved performance and better results on the track. Both Hamilton and Russell finished on the podium in the Spanish Grand Prix, demonstrating the progress made by the team. They believe that one reason for this issue is the cockpit being positioned further forward than in previous seasons. However, the resolution of this problem will have to wait until a completely new chassis is built for the upcoming season. Mercedes included an updated front suspension setup as part of their extensive upgrade package to address the handling concerns and provide a more immediate solution. This package also introduced more conventional side pods and was implemented in time for the Monaco Grand Prix last month. The repositioning of the wishbone was mainly aimed at improving airflow and cooling within the car by making it more compatible with the new side pod concept. Additionally, this adjustment allows for better fine-tuning of the suspension geometries, ultimately enhancing the stability of the vehicle. Andrew Chauvelin discussed the comparisons on setup across the cars and noted that Lewis appeared to be in a happier place than George. He mentioned that analyzing the data would be necessary to understand the situation further. Regarding Monaco, Chauvelin emphasized the evolving nature of the track and the challenge of maintaining a suitable car setup from FP1 through FP2, FP3, and qualifying. When asked about the areas requiring re-engineering, Chauvelin explained that the floor and suspension were fundamental components of the car's design. He clarified that they were working with the standard setup parameters and acknowledged that the car's design primarily targeted circuits like Silverstone and Barcelona. Adapting to Monaco's slow, bumpy, and twisty track was challenging. Chauvelin described the need to find a compromise that balanced the temptation for a softer setup due to the track's bumps, with the regulations favoring cars closer to the ground. He highlighted the importance of driver confidence at Monaco, mentioning that Lewis had demonstrated confidence in the morning session while George struggled. The team was focused on making tweaks to address this issue. Regarding the changes made to the car, including adding side pods after a year and a half, Chauvelin admitted that they would have approached the design differently if they had started from scratch. Making significant changes during the development phase presented its challenges. However, Chauvelin expressed confidence in their identified improvements, believing they would enhance performance. He acknowledged the collective effort that enabled them to implement these modifications for the race weekend. On the other hand, Wolff said, "The result in Spain was a well-deserved reward for everyone's efforts at Brackley and Brixworth. It provides a baseline to work from, but we must also manage our expectations. It was a circuit that suited our car, and expect our competitors to be stronger in the next races. The gap to Red Bull is large, and it will take lots of hard work to close that down. Nevertheless, we're up for the challenge." Resources show that the deal is yet to pass through the lawyers. Some resources have revealed the sticking point had been that Mercedes was only offering a 1-year extension to his contract, which expires in December. However, that matter has now been resolved as a new multi-year deal thought to be worth more than $50 million a year to Hamilton, who turns 39 in January. These latest negotiations follow Mercedes' upturn in fortunes at the Spanish Grand Prix. Hamilton finished second, while his compatriot and teammate George Russell claimed third. Speaking to Sky Sport F1, Wolff said, "We just need time to sit over a coffee. That's going to take half an hour." There is no final announcement from Mercedes. What do you guys think about it? Will Mercedes meet Hamilton's expectations, or will this contract end by the season of 2023? Share your views in the comments, hit the bell icon and subscribe to the channel for the latest updates.